Hello, Beholder spectators. Ben here. You still got 5 days, which is February 1st, to submit any questions you have for our cast or crew for our 50th episode Q&A session. You can go to @BeholdersIPod on Twitter, click on the pinned tweet and submit your question, or just go to beholdersicast.com/Q&A. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Beholder's Eye, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons epic fantasy adventure. My name is Alex, and I'll be your host and Dungeon Master. On the Great Isle, it is a time of religious wars, imperial domination, and an ancient evil reborn. Only one crew can save the world from utter destruction. They are
Margraine Silverbeard, Paladin of St. Eligius.
Zalara Tremez, Wandering Elven Monk.
Magnar Skullgrim, Goliath Sorcerer.
Hibonite, the fire-kindled, wandering flameosifer.
Who wants to tell us what happened last episode?
I can take it this time. So last episode we started with a half-man, half-demon guy. We asked him a load of questions, got some information. He wanted us to kill him. Before we had a chance to, Margraine rugby tackled him to the floor, tied and gagged him, and we took him with us to the next city. Hibonite did his usual thing of annoying the first person he runs into in any city and pissed off the guards. We handed over the now tied up demon man to the guard to be taken to study at the academy in the city. We then met with what's her name? Vadhava's family, who just got along with us smashing. They are not stuck-up pricks at all. Although as soon as she learned, Vadhava's family mother specifically learned that Margraine is the son of a Silverbeard that's running Durhome, she started kissing his ass, and we kind of bent that to our favour as usual. We also met the Queen, and she gave us a proposition of kind of joining there, helping her find out what's happening and saving the kingdom, and gave us some time to think about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so where we'll pick up is the Queen has just given you guys the proposition of what's happening. Did you have anything else you wanted to say to her, or should we start as you guys exit her chambers?
I don't think I've got anything else to say to her. I think I said everything I needed to last time.
Okay,
I'm good.
Okay, so we'll pick up the chamber, or the doors to the throne room are closed behind you, and you've just spoken with the Queen. As you are starting to exit, a woman walks up. She has a couple of guards with her, and you do recognize her very. She looks quite familiar to actually all of you. The three of you who were in Castle Delacroix before recognize her as Adeline Renard, the head of the guilds, and she nods her head at you. Zalara, upon seeing her, your stomach kind of tightens and drops. And even though she has the ears of a human, you would swear it was your friend Tamika.
Oh, Tamika?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, it's good to see you again, she says to the three of you. And I don't think we've met. I'm sorry, my name is Adeline.
I'm sorry. I must have mistaken you for someone else. I apologize.
No,
Yes,
not a problem.
This is Adeline Renard. She's the head of the guilds. We had dinner with her about 2 months back, I think.
That sounds about right, yes. Yes, when I was traveling with Abernathy, who I believe now is traveling with your relations, Mr. Silverbeard.
Yes, I heard that news from my mother, actually. Very interesting fellow when we met him last time.
Yes, yeah, he's quite the character. Anyway, it's wonderful to see you again. I hope to see you around. And she shakes your hand, Zalara, and says, I look forward to meeting you. It was a pleasure meeting you. And then in your head, you hear her voice say, I will send someone. We need to speak.
It was good meeting you as well.
Okay.
Trying to hide, not knowing what to do with that. Zalara's face probably just went through about 5 different emotions.
Anybody able to pick up on that? Anybody able to see her visible distress?
If you want to go ahead and give me an insight roll.
Okay, let's do it.
So that's
a
17.
12.
That's a 10.
All right, so Hibonite, you see the range of faces that Zalara just made, and the fact that she called this person Tamika, which is, as you know, not her name. There's definitely something going on there, and you're not sure what. I guess with your, because you rolled that, give me an Arcana check too.
Ooh. 18.
Perfect. Okay, so you know for sure, just given the slight motions that you saw, that Adeline used message on Solara.
He's going to keep it to himself for a minute.
Damn it, Ryan.
just a minute. Just not while we're right in front of the same person. It's just done that.
Sure.
All right, so what are you guys wanting to do now? She enters the throne room with her guards.
I guess we have some things to talk about.
Indeed we do.
Is
Yes.
Vadahava with us? Did she come out with us, or did she stay in the throne room?
She came out with you.
Okay.
I don't know that Vadahava's house is the best place to go. Do you know of anywhere else we could go discuss what we've just been offered?
Well,
Is there any good inns or taverns?
There are a number of taverns. What are you looking for? I think if you're looking to... The Heights is definitely not the place. We don't really have taverns on this level. But if you go down to the market level, or even down to Hammer, or if you're being adventurous, the Bog, then you'll find plenty of ale houses.
Vadahava, where would you go for a quiet conversation away from prying ears?
Well, if you're looking to not stand out, I think the market's probably the best. Obviously, it's Kalendor. There are people everywhere. But the market, there are so many people, you won't stand out. If you go down to the Hammer level, it's a lot of locals going to local watering holes, so you'll stand out there. And the Bog it's dangerous, so you have a high likelihood of getting into a fight down there. So if you're just looking for a conversation, I think, well, there's the Fizzy Jug, and then April O'Shaughnessy's Kitchen. She also specializes in turtle soup. You might want to check that out. Those are the two best that I can think of.
I could do with some turtle soup.
I don't know if
had
I've
that
ever
before.
had turtle soup. Yeah. That sounds
Wasn't
good.
sure if that was going to play or not.
Yeah.
Sure. Turtle soup sounds delicious. Okay, so to April O'Shaughnessy's.
April O'Shaughnessy's it is.
Okay.
And then while we're travelling, I'm going to subtle spell and cast message on Solara. Private conversation with your friend?
Not yet. I'm very confused, and I have no idea who she actually is.
There's only one message between each of us because I'm not spending 2 sorcerer points for that.
Fair.
Okay. So you guys make it down to the market level. You go through the checkpoints once again, and you enter the bazaar. It is gigantic. It's one thing you'll notice is that the and before we get too far, Vadahava did go back home so she could be with the baby. So
That makes sense.
Now we can bitch about her.
exactly.
I kind of like her now, though.
I know, right?
Just because she blew you up doesn't mean anything.
That's a sore spot still. Blowing someone up and nearly killing them surprisingly takes a little bit longer to heal.
What?
You're fine.
Get over it, you baby. Come on.
Just because we nearly die every other day doesn't mean it doesn't hurt a little bit still when someone does it to you personally.
Well, Hibonite, if we held a grudge against every person who tried to kill us, then we wouldn't have anybody we could be friends with.
We're still
We
not
do
really
hold a grudge against
friends
pretty
with
much everyone who tries to
anyone.
kill us apart from us. That's why it's just the 4 of us. Yeah, 4 of us.
Yeah. I personally, I prefer the, try to kill us and then friends, as opposed to friends and then try to kill us like Blevin. So
But we were friends
Fair.
to start with, Margaret.
it's true. Yep. I've got no answer for that. You found the flaw in my logic.
All right, so you make it to the market level. Like I said, it is just a jam-packed bazaar. One thing you'll notice that's different here, almost all the other buildings have, and all the other levels, even down to the lower class levels, have pointed roofs. Obviously, there's a lot of snow here. It's in the mountains. That makes sense. One thing that's a little bit different here is there are the first level of every building is flat surfaced, and the reason you see that is because they've jammed more open-air markets up on top of the second level of each building. So you do have that. You'll notice that there is water pouring out of little holes, so that you do imagine there is something of a slant up there, so the snow doesn't completely sink roofs in, but it is just a little bit different design from what you've seen before. There are a few places you see Wesley's wondrous items. You see the cracked kettle, which is an apothecary, a place that grabs your eye. Hibonite is a place called Nelwyn's. You see what, without a doubt, are some magic users in there chatting back and forth, and you notice some scrolls. Most of the places around here, though, are open air shops. You know, they don't have names to them necessarily. It's more that people have come here to trade their wares in an open market sort of situation. So that's what you do find. Following Vadhava's directions, you find your way to April O'Shaughnessy's. Coming inside, you see it is a rather large establishment, and it's almost like an Old West style saloon as far as the setup. You got a big mirror in the back, and then a large bar up front with tables all around. There's a second story to it, and you notice people of all different races, classes there, sitting down for a drink, some getting drunk. You do notice 4 people over there playing a card game of some kind, and there's definitely some betting going on. So you can find a table very easily. The waitress comes up, and she tells you that the ale is 2 gold pieces. If you're looking for any food, it's going to be another 2 on top of that.
Per person?
Per person. Or if you want a meal, it's 3. A meal comes with 1 ale and some food.
Oh, I'll have a full meal. We haven't had a good meal in a while. Well, last night, but that wasn't a good meal.
I currently have no gold. Would one of you be willing to spot me a meal?
I will buy Zalara a meal.
Okay.
Okay.
Might as well, because I have 0 as well.
I will buy Magnar's meal.
What did we spend it on? Was it just
healing
it was
potions?
the curse,
and
right?
gold.
Healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the curse. Okay.
And prior to that, all of the wintering mountaining gear.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
And healing potions again.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have much to start with, but just like 0.
Okay. Perfect.
So she does bring you back. The meal, of course, consists of turtle soup along with some bread and the ale.
Is there any
And,
shredded cheese?
What? Who would shred cheese?
Who wouldn't?
She says there's no shredded cheese, but she does say that, they say that this turtle soup it's so good it'll give you a little bit of extra power to get through your day. A lot of people around her say they run on turtle power.
Damn it, Alex.
This is soup served in a half shell?
No, it's a whole shell. A half shell would fall out.
Perfect. Thank you very much. This looks delicious.
Thank you.
And then I will taste it. Is it delicious?
It's quite good, yeah.
Okay, good.
Much better than you'd expect. Though for paying 3 gold pieces for a meal, it should be pretty good.
Okay. Excellent. Wow, this is quite
Noted.
good. Okay.
Is the bread like coarse, or is it kind of a finer white bread?
No, it's definitely more like a coarse, kind of a...
Fill
I
you up
guess-
kind of bread?
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer a good brown bread anyway. You know, it puts a
Indeed.
nice, kind of warmth in your stomach. It's filling.
Fair enough. I don't know. I'm used to berries and such from the forest, so bread's still kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
As we're talking
So-
nonsense, I want to look around and just like try to see if there's like prying ears, eyes, anything.
Give me a perception roll.
You know, I'm good at that. 6.
Yeah, you don't see anything. It looks like you feel pretty confident that no one's going to listen in.
Anybody that looks like they're associated with the army at all? Or
Yeah, there's
Sapphire Rose.
the Sapphire Rose.
Yeah.
Okay, for the army, I'll tell you that they're Kalendor soldiers. They're getting drunk.
Okay, cool.
Look like they're off duty, but still wearing their uniform. Give me a perception roll to see if you can notice any.
9.
No, you start looking around and realize you're not even sure how you would notice somebody from the Sapphire Rose. So
I'm going to look
Fair.
around and see if there's anyone paying attention to us, semi-specifically. 16.
No, when you walked in, it was like the waitstaff noticed you, but there's enough people in here and everybody seems to be in their own world, much like you would expect in a large city.
Cool.
Fair. So, the proposal.
I think it's a good idea.
What good comes of taking this?
Possibly
gain an
saving the
ally.
kingdom.
Yeah. You know, we kind of
we don't be doing that sort of stuff anyway. We got to put back in the box what we took with that out. So
exactly, Hibonite. That's exactly what I was thinking. You know,
just try and keep everything as vague as possible while we're in public.
why Zalara? You have reservations.
People of that ilk, I've had bad experiences with in the past, but she seemed genuine enough.
Well, you know, I guess you can't trust anybody these days, but, you know.
Just because we work with her doesn't mean we have to trust her either.
Yeah, we've done plenty of working with people that we haven't ended up trusting nor doing what we were supposed to, so, you know.
And she hasn't thrown us in jail yet.
It is nice not being in jail.
And I know it doesn't mean a ton for at least everybody, but Vadhava trusts her, so that counts for something.
That, I suppose. I don't... The way Vadhava was received seemed... I don't know how much esteem she would still have in the city, but I guess that doesn't really matter if she's trusting of that person.
Yeah, but, you know, it quite honestly though, you know, she said a lot of things that kind of bothered me though. There's a lot going on. Like, Alal's alive?
I honestly didn't hear much after that, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
He'll go down like he did in round 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because,
Only this time we do more to make sure he doesn't come back.
Yeah, because we were way easier to kill the second time.
I mean, we're also a lot more. We're stronger now than we were before. I mean, you've grown a little bit of a beard and slept with your hammer.
Yeah.
I would now take that as evidence that you have slept with your hammer, because you agreed.
I've got no response for you, Hibonite. But yeah, I don't know what to make of these things. I'm pro, you know, putting what we left out back in the box. You know, this is causing a lot of pain for everybody. They destroyed They destroyed Crinkle Falls. You know, this isn't
true.
good. But I don't know.
Well, I suppose we were kind of on that path anyway, were we not?
I think so. Yeah, we were trying to fix things, right? Like, this seems like a way to fix things. But yeah.
They have a university here. Perhaps we could read up on these old gods.
That might be good, actually. I didn't think of that. You know, I was planning on just kind of, we go and I maybe smash him in the face or something.
Maybe we
Reforge
could
them?
find a weakness first.
Yeah, it's true.
Read the guidebook, so to speak.
If we do accept it, we guys stay in town long before we head to the Wildlands, or do you want to head out sooner rather than later?
What do we need to accomplish here?
I mean, I'd rather leave before something comes up from beneath us and kills everyone.
Yeah, well, you know, a university would be a good place to figure that out, for sure.
That's true.
Other places of power, you know, like in Durnholm, you know, St. Allegiance, not Durnholm, Kringle Falls. God damn it, Sam. In Kringle Falls, you know, St. Allegius's hammer, you know, that surge became much more powerful after they destroyed it. Maybe we could find other places.
It'd be good to read up on this claw place that we got to head to as well.
Yeah, I don't know anything about there, really. Not from that neck of the woods.
Would there be any way to go check out these crystal spires? It sounds like no one's ever been in them or been around them recently.
I guess the university would be a good place to ask.
Is the university kind of close to the crystal, Alex? Or would we know that?
You wouldn't know that. You don't know where the university is.
Okay.
But, you would know that it's not going to be on the same level as the crystal. The top level with the crystal towers is just the keep and the crystal towers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we were closer with the queen than we would have been at the university. Got it.
Yeah, but we've got a reason to be able to go
the keep was built
back.
around the towers.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, the queen's given us an offer. We've got a reason to go back, you know? So
That's fair.
it's not like we're not able to get back there again if we need to. We do need to still give her an answer.
By tomorrow.
By tomorrow.
So if we're going to go study up, we should probably get moving.
Probably. I'm not one for studying, though. That's not my strong suit. That's
Ditto.
kind of why I went to paladin training as opposed to becoming a cleric.
I mean, I am a fan of books.
Okay, so
I do need to.
Magnar and Hibonite obviously will be our scholars, and
Well,
The two spellcasters, obviously.
Of course.
I mean, I could read them. It's not my strongest, but yeah, I mean,
yeah. Well, we got to figure out where they are first.
true.
Can I kind of beckon for one of the waitresses or the waiters or one of the serving staff at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, one of the waiters comes up to you.
Cool.
Says, what can I do for you?
Well, I would love another ale. That was what, one gold for an ale? And
Awesome.
I'll have a gold, and also we're rather new in town. Where's the university located?
Book learners. All right, so yeah, you got to go up to the heights level. If you have permission to get up there, and you want to just look for the building that has 7 spires on it. It's really tall, really tall, but
Okay.
it's pretty awesome.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for the information. I appreciate it.
Yeah, totally. I'll grab you that ale, man.
Thank you. You know?
What a nice young man.
I know. I wonder if he's got any moss on him or anything. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice young man. Well, now we know where the university is. So
Oh gosh, can we get back up to the heights without Vadhava?
I would assume so. We're staying at a house in the heights.
Yeah, if you remember a few episodes back, Vadhava
She gave us the letter, right,
Magnar-
with the seal.
Right, yep, with the seal.
Oh, so that seal will get us up there. Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought that was just to get into the city.
And I remember that with perfect clarity.
I knew who I told. That's why I just offered that information.
Okay.
I do need to speak with
Okay.
Vadhava. I don't know if I can actually go with you or not.
I see.
Not that I want to stay with her family, but I do have a child now.
I see.
Oh,
I didn't think of that. Well, you do need to do what you've got to do. We've talked about this before.
Indeed.
we did?
We talked about it.
We did,
Oh,
Yeah. Back when you were trying to not get killed by a crazy thing in my church.
oh, sure.
Yeah, just,
So,
a little heart to heart, a little, tying up of old friends, and that sort of thing. So,
I see. So you might want to stay with your baby then?
Well, of course.
And leave us?
It's my baby. It's my blood.
I guess I could understand that. I would be very sad to see you go, though.
As would I, but I do not know.
Okay.
It could be worse for Ilva here if I stay. 'Cause there's always the risk of running into Brommel or
there is
Madame
but
Granite's
also-
people.
Yeah, but also it seems like you've got the queen on your side right now, that counts for a lot.
Unless Brommel plans a coup.
Well,
Ooh.
I didn't think of that, thank you. That wasn't that's not another thing to worry about.
We'll just put that in the bucket of things that we can't control but would be terrible. Okay.
Okay.
Hippolyte just sat there holding his tongue because he said these sort of points the last 4 or 5 days of travel.
Well, I was trying not to think about it. Okay.
So, you finish up your last ale. So you guys heading out to the university? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hippolyte
Well, are we all going, or did we have somewhere else to explore, or are we letting Magnar go back to Vadhava's house?
If I'm being honest, I don't think any of us should be alone. Especially not me, as I am very noticeable.
Fair. So, I don't know if it makes any difference as far as who can study better.
Depends
I'm
on the
going to study
roles.
books. I've got
Between
multiple things I need to
Margraine
look
and
up.
I, who has higher intelligence? Let's go there.
Oh,
I'm a 12.
I'm a 13. I'm a 13. I
Okay.
only have a plus.
Hey,
one,
what about
so-
Magnar?
Well, you're gonna go to Vadhava anyway.
I got 11. So.
I've got 16.
Yeah.
You guys are all pretty smart.
Yeah, we're not
Smarter
too
than the average
shabby.
bear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you figure somebody who's just like a normal would be an 8. So even
Yeah.
at 11.
Yeah.
Well, I can go with Hibonite. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will go back to your house, your wife, your baby's
Yes.
mama's house. I don't know what to call it.
What? Well, Magnar calls her his wife. Still.
There you go.
He's still
Your
referred-
your wife's parents' house.
All right, Margraine, give me a high or low.
Low.
Okay. So
Okay.
you guys exit the bar, and a stout dwarf woman, dressed in some leathers and kind of druid-esque clothes, runs into you and says, "Hey, what are you going? You,
I'm very
Margraine?"
sorry.
And you recognize it as your sister Ildi.
Ooh, okay. Ildi. Oh, it's good to see you. I didn't see you when I went to go visit Mother.
No, we've been out. We were in the Western Wildland, and we've been traveling with Abernathy. We met up with him after he left Castle Delacroix, and he came out and stopped by Durnholm, and so Nural, Kilvar, and Helia and I all decided to join him and kind of follow in Mother's footsteps, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yeah, I hope. He seems like a very interesting fellow. I met him about 2 months ago at a dinner, actually.
He said so. Yes.
Yeah.
Though, look at you. Look, I didn't recognize you. You grew a beard.
I did. Yeah, it's coming in rather well, I think. It's
I like it. It looks like little silver flecks coming in there. It's very nice. It's very dignified, very dwarven.
Thank you. I'm gonna give her a big hug.
All right,
Big hug.
and she hugs
Yeah.
you back.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, and then she tries to pick you up and realizes that, oh, you're about the same height as her, and says, and this is the first time you all have noticed because you've been traveling with him, but he's grown physically, and he's about the size of a small dwarf at this point.
Oh, he's a real dwarf.
And she said, oh, finally, my big brother is actually big. It's so nice to see.
Yeah, I told you, sometimes people, it just comes in late. Oh, everybody, this is my sister.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my little sister.
All right,
Oh,
she
okay.
shakes Magnar's
Pleased to meet you.
hand, and it's nice to meet you too. You're so big. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it's nice to meet you. You're a very interesting man with your are you glinting in the sun? Or are you made? I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
that's
that-
rude, but
It's just my skin. I'm special.
So special.
I'm completely unique.
Yes, that's Hibonite.
Mm-hmm.
He's a friend of mine, and this is the big guy is Magnar, and this is Zalara. We've been traveling
Zalara.
together.
And she
Hello.
reaches over Zalara and shakes your hand, and then just kind of stops. And she looks at you. She says, "Have you seen her? Have you seen her heart,
Whose
Shamara?
heart?
Have you seen the heart tree of the goddess?"
What do you mean?
I'm sorry. I thought maybe we shared something there. Margraine, it's so good to see you. You have to come. I'm sure Abernathy would want to meet you, and of course, everyone else would want to see you. It's been so long, and look how you've changed so much. It'd be great to see your friends as well. Would you like to go? We've got some. I'm free now. I'm sure they'd be happy to see you.
I had some plans to go to the university, but maybe a quick stop off Hibonite on before we go.
That sounds fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, books, boo, snore. Right? Come on.
No,
I
no,
like
he
books,
likes
okay.
books. Yeah. Yeah, and you said everybody's there?
Well, I mean, yeah. Gnarl, Kilvar, Helia, Abernathy. Yeah, they're all. I think that Kilvar and Helia are actually working. Selling some of that delicious little plant that Abernathy's been hawking. I know that Gnarl is at least free.
Okay.
But we can at least stop by the booth. No harm in that, right?
Of course. Yeah, we'll stop by the booth. That sounds fantastic. Okay. Great.
So wait.
Stop looking at me weird, everybody.
So your family is in town.
Yeah.
Could we all say hello, or do you need to get back to Vadhava as quickly as possible, Magnar?
How long has it been, Alex?
I'd say probably about an hour.
About an hour.
It's not too long.
Where is this place that we're meeting?
Well, there's a stall in the market here, right? You said?
Yes, yeah. We just have to. I've got to lead you through a few streets here, but yeah, it won't be a problem. It's maybe a 15-minute walk. So if you're on a time crunch, maybe we could do it another time. Though we'd really like to see you now.
How long are you here for?
How long? I don't know if we're going to be leaving for a while. We are making money.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? What are you selling?
And
They're selling
it's
a really weird plant, and it's
I like
it's
plants.
rather
It's a
disconcerting.
smokable.
Yeah,
Smoke?
It's very relaxing.
Indeed, it is.
it is.
you could eat bad food on it. It's magical. You eat bad food whenever you have it, and then it tastes good.
and you
What?
eat some of the finest food in the land, and it's still equally as good. So
Yes, or even better.
Interesting.
yeah. I find you could be a little bit too relaxed on it, though. It's hard to keep concentrated at dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Regardless,
Interesting.
it's a
I-
hit. Kalimdor is falling in love with it.
It
I-
is.
Where did you gather it from? Out in the wildlands
I'm not
somewhere?
sure. Abernathy claims it's from beyond the Western Wildlands, west of the Western Wildlands. I don't know. He's a quirky fella.
Interesting. He sounds like a fun personality to meet.
He's interesting, yeah, for sure. Can I take you? Yeah.
I'm up for it. Let's go meet more of Margraine's family.
Off we go
Excellent.
then.
As long as it's for a short time, yes.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Okay.
Yes, yeah. We'll stop in. We'll say hi, and maybe we'll get dinner after we just introduce everyone, or something later on tonight. We'll have some fun. Yeah.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Okay.
Sure.
So she leads you over a few streets. It takes you through some alleys. Everything is packed in here, obviously, for increased profit, increased efficiency. So you go through a few different alleyways, and just there are shops pretty much everywhere. And as she said, it takes about 15 minutes winding. You're not sure you could find your way back without a guide, or maybe Zalara could, but it's kind of there's just people everywhere. So you come up to a booth, and sure enough, Margraine, you see Kilvar and Helia. They're out selling the wares, and they both.
Cool.
She introduces you all. Very excited to meet you. Kilvar is a male, redhead, and Helia is another sister of his, and she has jet black hair.
Lovely. You didn't tell me you had gingers in your family.
I didn't think to. We come in all shapes and sizes as dwarves. Some smaller than others, some with different colored hair. Some of us with beards that come in early, some that are rather late.
Clearly. Very
It-
interesting.
yeah, it's great to see everybody. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
And Kilvar flicks with his finger your beard a little bit, Margraine.
No,
He's like,
it's all
what
mine.
happened here?
Well, I always told you, little brother, that some of us it might come in a little bit later, and I was right.
You finally dip your wick, became a man, huh?
He found something.
Even your family's turning on you, Margraine. Sorry.
And then
He found something special to make him happy.
and
He won't quite tell
And
us
then-
what it is, though.
Hilya smacks Kilvar in the chest very hard, and she said, I'm sure whatever it is lovely, Margraine. She or it.
No, no.
Very decorative.
I'm hoping you're speaking of an object, even though I'm not, because if you're talking about a lady like that, that's terrible, Margraine.
No,
She's just
no.
decoration for you?
No, he's talking about it. Hibonite's got a weird idea in his head, and he's, but no, he's talking about my hammer. I have a new hammer, and that, but I have a new lease on life. I have a new kind of path, so.
Well, whatever it is, it's good to see you. Noral and Abernathy are in the back, and she just points to the building that they're set up in front of. We actually, we just recently bought the whole building, so we've got all the warehouse set up back there. It's great. But yeah,
Wow.
we gotta get back to business here.
Okay.
We'll have to get drinks tonight, or sometime before you leave.
Okay, excellent. And I'll be able to find you guys all here.
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
where else we'd be, and unless we're out getting drunk.
Okay.
But it's
okay.
hard to do. They mainly serve water.
Yeah. They don't sell any of the harder stuff. But-
If you go to the fizzy jug, yeah, they do. There's some dwarven ale, though it's a little pissy.
okay. Well, you can never find it as good outside of Durnholm. So.
Aye.
Okay. Well. Okay.
And they both hug you again, and then.
Yep. Okay. Excellent.
Pleased to meet
Do
you.
you,
It was-
do you
it was
guys
good to
have
meet you
more
all.
rooms here, just in case we need somewhere nicer to stay?
And then Ilda, as she's leading you into the building, says, I'm sure we can accommodate. If nothing else, we still got space here, so we could roll out a few mats, and I don't think Abernathy
just
would
in
have a
case we
problem.
have a good time at some point one of these evenings, and we don't want to stumble back to the snobs.
All right, so you guys enter the warehouse area. She leads you through into the actual warehouse itself, just kind of showing it off, giving you a tour. The smell of the plant itself is very strong, but it's, they've obviously got a good system going on here. And she tells you, that Abernathy's an innovator as far as keeping track of a full-on inventory. It's something that most merchants, really outside of dwarves, I didn't think knew that much about. But he says he's known the dwarven people a long time, so that could be it. And she takes you up some stairs to the second floor, and you smell some incense, and she leads you into an open room. And there, incense, candlelights, and Abernathy and your brother Nural, who has tied his blonde hair into a very tight, his beard and his hair in the back, both into tight braids, are standing there attempting to, Nural's trying to cast some magic for sure under Abernathy's guidance. And as Ilda opened the door, he says, "Oh, Ilda, fuck! I almost had it. I was about to create some flames in my hand. They were heating up. I could hear it. Margraine. Oh."
As he says, I'm going to produce flames in my hands like it's nothing.
And he sees it. He's like, well, all right. I'll keep working on it. But
Nural,
Show off.
it's little brother, it's not that difficult once you get the hang of it. I'll swing my hammer, I'll use the green flame blade to do some flames on the hammer. You just you just gotta stick with it, little brother. It's okay.
right. That's what Abernathy keeps saying.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here. It's so good to see you.
I'm glad you're here.
And then he turns to Abernathy and he says, "Master, should I be dismissed?" And Abernathy says, "Oh yes, I believe we have some things we need to discuss." And so Nural leaves and shuts the door behind him.
Oh.
Doesn't seem like a surprise meeting all of a sudden.
Okay.
This is the guy that we smoked with, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to see you again.
It's delightful to see you as well. And you. And then he turns to Zalar and he says, "And I haven't met you this time. My name is Abernathy."
Hello, I'm Zalara. It's good to meet you.
Yes, it's good to meet you also. It's funny because sometimes you're there and sometimes you're not, and my memory is it's not what it used to be. But sit down. We'll talk about that a little bit more.
Sometimes I'm there. They're
Yes,
here.
sometimes here with them, and sometimes you're not.
Huh?
Okay.
Well, yeah.
She wasn't
I
with
guess
us
we should get to
the
talk.
only other time we've met you.
No, she wasn't, and she never is. But sometimes she is afterwards, and sometimes she's not.
Have
Okay.
you sampled
Do
too
you-
many of your products?
I think I've heard of this. Are you of divination magic?
I can see some things. If I've been somewhere before, I can focus and see some things. But no, what I'm talking about, and it's something that, so all of you have met Meldlum, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you're welcome. And sometimes I am the one who meets you, and sometimes full me is, and sometimes the other half of me is. this time it's this half. And we're hoping, since you're here now, Zilara, that this will be the final time. So we're not sure. So anyway, I'm sure you have questions. I'm happy to answer them first, and then I don't know exactly what you know. Things are still a little fuzzy.
Wait. So, are you Meldlum?
No.
No. Okay. Sorry, I'm rather confused.
No, I'm Abernathy.
Can I insight to see if he's high?
Sure.
So Lara doesn't know what to do with this at all.
Natural 20, 25.
He is not.
Okay.
In these other times,
Yes.
do we meet in the future? Like from our current future? Do we meet again?
Do we meet? Sometimes. Yeah. Each time's a little different.
Am I ever there?
Sometimes. Sometimes you're not.
Huh.
Interesting.
We don't know.
Are you the one who made an arrangement with Meldlum for us?
Yes. I mean, when I was whole, I did. Yes, when I was whole, but not now. Not as Abernathy, no. But when
Who
I
were
was
you
fully
before?
Kavalian, I did.
You're Kavalian?
Yes, I figured your mother would have told you.
She did, but
She did, but I just thought she misremembered. She misremembers some things.
Do you still have
Yes.
your key?
No, and that's one of the things I needed to talk with you about.
Oh, I could use that key.
Yes, and so could I. So could I. So, I don't remember it all, because when I was with your mother, Margraine, and with Clive and Juliet and the elves, Lang and Tamika, we of course went through the Bear's Mouth, the cave system in Soul Green. Are you familiar with this? Yes? No?
No.
Okay. It's under the Red Desert. Yes? No? Anybody?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Sorry.
So we traveled out there, got to the Black Sea, and then of course I had my key at the time, so I could open up the gate, and then we had to go to the Chaos Realm, because, I thought at that time it would be the best way to defeat and make sure that Tot Oman didn't take over in this time around, and so I went into the plane of chaos, and I don't remember exactly what happened. I know that Clive and Juliet came with me, and at some point I was split, and I was no longer fully Kavalian. Only Abernathy was left, and I escaped, but I left my Kavalian side along with my key.
Okay.
And
And
do you
I need the key.
Do you believe that that's still in the chaos plane?
Yes. I'm imagining it is with the rest of me, though I can only imagine the Kavalian side of me is mad. It's been so long, and I was only in there for... it must have been a day.
What were those tunnels called again?
The Bear's
Mouth?
The Bear's Mouth tunnels under the Red Desert in
Yes.
Soul Green.
It's all green.
Soul Green.
And at some point you arranged for Meldlum to let us return if we passed, having never met us, so that you could meet us now?
Well, but I've met you before at different
Yes.
times. So I'm the wizard of 1,000 planes. I don't know, 1,000 paths, 1,000 planes, depending on how what you want to say. So I was living in Tataman, and in an original on my original planet, and this was a long time ago, or at the same time. It's confusing when you get into different planes, and I was the first person in all of the plane of Tataman to discover that you can access other planes using magic. So I did that, but when I did that, it woke him up, and he realized that, he wasn't all of existence, and that made him mad, and so he's been trying to take over all other planes of existence, so he is everything, and of course, I let it out of the box, so I gotta put it back in. So I've been doing that for my life.
Oh.
So Totoman isn't just like a godly figure, it's also a plane of existence.
Yes, in the sense that all existence is sort of a god if it becomes sentient, which I unfortunately woke it up. So, yes.
Is that this plane or a different one?
No, this is one thing about this plane, or this planet, which exists on multiple planes, is that there are multiple gateways here, right? So
Okay.
throughout all the different gateways, they all converge here, which is why you had all the old gods that came here after Tadawan took over their planes, and you have some of the elemental gods who came here, and eventually I ended up here because after millions of tries, I realized this would probably be the best place because I had more access to more planes, and so I'm here now. And I've learned over time that the three of you are important, and Zalara, I'm pretty sure you're important. You're just not you're not consistent. So either you're the reason things haven't worked because you haven't been there every time.
But I'm terribly lost. I'm so sorry. But what?
I thought it was pretty clear.
We've done this before. That's what
So
he's saying.
I'm the reason nothing's working, but it's still not working.
Oh, you not being there is the reason things aren't always working.
Right.
Yeah,
So the fact that you're here now, things should work out.
Is a good thing.
We usually get further when you're here.
Okay, that's a thing.
But sometimes, here's the other thing. Sometimes you all don't always live. So do with that what you will, right? But
death is always an option.
Yeah.
So our planet is kind of like a coach station between other planes of existence, which are like other towns, stretching over long distances that all go between each other. But one of these towns is also like a creature in itself that wants to take over all the other towns to try and simplify and put it in our own little sense as well. Okay.
In a sense, yes.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
So what do we do?
But by the sounds of things, we have to. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would like you to get my key.
Oh.
We need your key.
Your key is in the Bear's Mouth tunnels under Solgren's Red Desert.
In the
His-
realm
on
of
the other
chaos.
His key's in the Chaos Plane, which is, I'm guessing, accessible through the Bear's Mouth.
Right. Once you come out of the Bear's Mouth, since you don't have the key, here's where it's going to be a little bit tricky. So there's a green dragon who protects that entrance to the Bear's Mouth.
So we have to kill a dragon.
You have to at least paint the rune in her blood. You don't have to kill her, but she's called Bear, so it's Bear's Mouth Cave, and because it comes out there at the mouth. And
She could be friendly. We don't know.
Yeah.
She's not.
Okay. She may be friendly to me. I make friends quite easily.
Maybe this time around she'll be friendly.
But is there other ways to the Chaos Plane? Like maybe
Possibly.
through like the Fire Plane?
From what I've seen, there are all of reality is infinite. So within an infinite reality, all things are possible. So it's possible that there is another way to the Chaos Plane. I don't know of it.
Oh, okay. So the multiverse theory.
The whataverse weird what?
Every action has an alternative universe of the action that you just took, but it happened differently, that you exist with, but don't really exist with. Every decision you've ever made makes multiple decisions in multiple universes that all coexist together, but don't interact with each other. But these ones do interact with each other because they have gateways to each other.
Well, we did meet our reverse selves
Exactly.
after we died. So
Yeah,
that makes
but I
sense.
thought that was all just a test. You mean that,
It
like,
was.
man who, that very, very horrible man that I didn't very much like, that seems to be able to kill a lot of people and enslave massive swaths of people that we insulted rather heavily. He also exists?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe.
That's pretty
So-
par for the course for us. So
Oh,
See,
okay.
bringing him up, he sounds like he has a way to get between planes and dimensions. So he would actually be a useful person if he didn't want to murder us and probably
What?
disembowel
Who
us.
are you talking about, and why does he want to murder you?
well, we didn't judge him guilty, so he might not hate us.
I mean,
Too
I
much.
did insult him quite heavily.
Oh,
You
in
only
your
accu-
time. Okay,
Yeah.
You
It's when
only
we died the
accused-
first time.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I think I've got a question. That might be helpful.
Just one.
Yeah. So if you are doing what you say you're doing, the deal that we've just been offered by somebody else, if we take that, do we succeed?
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Maybe an alternative way to put it is, does the deal that this person has given us further us towards the goal of stopping Totema?
What is the deal?
I'm sure you should know if you've seen like different futures and pasts of us.
Yes, but like I said, it's fuzzy. I left half myself, if not more, in the plane of chaos.
In your visions of our future, have you seen us go to the Devil's Claw?
Oh, yes, sometimes.
how often does it end better than worse?
It's hard to say. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. It depends on when you go there.
Okay.
Is earlier better than later?
For me, no, because I want my key.
Well, I think we need to look big picture here, right? Like, even if it's worse for you right now to get your key later, if it's better for everything overall if we do that first, then, right? I'm confused, honestly.
It's very confusing.
You've said a lot of words, not all of which of them I understand. And then Hibonite just dropped a bunch of words on me that I also didn't understand. But I'm assuming that's because he's part of a completely different culture and they know different things, just like how us dwarves know different things about forging that say the elves don't. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
So,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
you want us to go to these tunnels and at least paint a rune? What rune are we supposed to paint? Or is it already there? We just have to fill it with blood?
No. You would need to actually paint the correct symbol down for the plane of chaos.
What's that?
Oh, yes. And with Quill, he quickly draws one out. Hibonite, you recognize it as very similar to the gate symbol that's burned in your mind for Kazdrax, but slightly different, but there's within the same family.
I'll leave it to you to write that down, Hibonite.
Chaos plane similar to
Gate.
I knew
Chaos.
this was coming up at some point, and it's out now, and I don't know what to do about it.
I'm gonna minor illusion the one that I have in my head for Kazdrax and say, do you recognize where this one goes to?
Oh, that looks like it's one that would open up to a elemental plane of fire. That's also originally from the plane of Tadoman as well. So we're cousins.
Oh,
Yay.
family members. That's a thing.
I mean, it's better than the last person who called me a cousin, so...
Fair.
Okay.
Okay.
And I've been told I need your key to unlock some ancient seals. Would that spring a memory for you?
Oh yeah, it makes sense. That's what I use the key for, is to unlock different gates. So I don't need to use whatever crazy component I would normally need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that answers some more questions of mine. Also raised it a lot more, but...
What does the key look like?
I'm assuming your amulet?
Yes,
I thought so.
What color?
it's bone white.
It's white. Okay.
Yes.
And is it on like a string or a chain or something?
Yes, it would be on a gold chain.
Gold chain.
Yep.
Bone white amulet.
Yep.
What shape is it in?
It's a circle, and
Just a
then
circle.
the actual key is inscribed on the amulet itself.
Ah. Okay.
And how did you come across said key? Did
I
you
made
make
it.
Can't you just make another one?
I don't remember how. 3/4 of me is left in the plane of chaos.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that at all.
Yes, Kavalian is left in the plane of chaos. Only Abernathy escaped.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's been nice and simple and straightforward so far.
See, I just pray and hit stuff, Hibonite. That's kinda my deal.
And you do it very well, which is why you've been a consistent member in this fight.
Good to hear.
So, your suggested action would be for us to first get your key, yes?
Yes. Now,
To get your key in the normal sense, we'd have to travel to Soul Green, go through the Bear's Mouth, potentially fight a dragon, go into the Chaos Plane that we don't really know anything about and can't prepare for, to find a single amulet that could be anywhere in the plane because things can move around, and then make it back.
yes. Or you could actually go through the Red Desert above, and of course I don't recommend that because there are beasts that are crazily dangerous out there, and you could just, die of dehydration. It's a desert.
Okay.
Okay.
What does this have to do with Marat Hall?
Marat Hall is the embodiment of Tot Amon here.
Basically,
Right.
he's his son, right?
His son, yeah.
Yep.
So, is Natuna Totaman's wife?
Yes.
And is she another plane of existence, or is she more understandable.
So she's trapped between a few planes right now. A part of her. Apparently she's been released, that's very different than what normally happens.
Okay. So when we failed to stop a thing and she was released, and then when we failed at Kringle Falls also, and it looks like she got more powerful, that was bad. Yeah? Right? I think I understand that part.
Yes.
It was bad, yeah, but it's unique. And anytime something's unique, it's exciting.
Ah.
Well, I'm glad we can
Okay.
make things exciting for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So that is the thing that we saw in the sky then, is a Natanon.
I'm assuming. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what you saw.
So where does Theos fit into all of this?
Theos is a god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Is he
Thank
from a
you.
different plane as well?
No, he's homegrown.
Oh. Good.
So he's
That
the god
makes-
of this plane.
Well, no. I mean, one of the things about this plane was originally there were no gods. It was just kind of a barren plane that was a lot of access points. So, no, I mean, there were other gods who came. Well, first, the first people who came here was after Anat Ana married Tataman. She wanted her own realm to rule, so he gave her this planet, and she created her own people. And then the other gods came, and history came forth, and with history came Theos.
That
So is he-
most.
Oh, so what they've actually
Real?
been saying is kind of true. Then the other gods did actually invade this plane and take it from Anatuna.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, technically Theos is the bad guy, and these guys are just the freedom fighters.
No. Theos didn't come from anywhere. He's from here.
Yeah, but he's of the invaders. So
No,
he's
he appeared here afterwards. That's what he just said.
Right after the old gods all died.
Yeah, he didn't come from anywhere. He was born here after all of that.
Okay, so this is more like a civil war of an old part of the country coming back.
Yeah, but we live here now. I'm not gonna bring that up. the ancient, we lived
Yeah,
here
I'm moving
first,
away
but
from
we
that
live here
point
now.
Okay, so to make things more complex as usual then.
Uh-huh.
So you said this has happened many times before. So what ends this cycle?
I don't know. We're in the cycle.
Oh, I mean, typically the other cycles.
But usually everyone dies.
Oh, good.
Uh-huh.
But I'm here now, so
You're here? That's good. If you've released Anat Ona, that's good. Or part of her. Or it's bad.
who knows?
It's different. Okay.
What of Shamhara of my druid elves? What is she from here as well?
Yes.
Is she like Theos from here, or is she one of the old gods that was killed off?
She's different. She has many names. I mean, she's basically the druids worship her as she's kind of the planet, if that makes sense. So, in the face of Shamara is new, but she's been here a long time.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got perfectly, a ton of actionable information that I can act on now. So obviously the path in front of us is blatantly clear.
I'm glad it's clear
So-
to you because we went from like one path before to about 5.
Well, they all
Five.
might be the same path, just
I
different
mean,
options
there's lots
of what to
paths that all
do.
kind of coalesce together, but
I was
2 to
attempting.
3 really.
I
Well,
get
no matter
that.
what you do, it's part of the path.
Oh, thanks.
You're
You know,
welcome.
If somebody could just tell us what we're doing,
That'd be helpful.
that might be helpful.
But that wouldn't be any fun.
I'm pretty sure I just told you.
Yep.
Kind of.
You told us a lot of things.
Okay.
I was confused before. This is worse.
This is more encouraging though, because if
It's
the
good,
if the
it's
world
just-
ends again, then it will just happen again, presumably.
I mean,
Right. And
It
the problem is until there are no more worlds, each time it happens, he takes over a plane of existence, a different reality. So,
How many
Well,
planes of
that's
existence does
less
he have?
heartening.
millions.
Oh, good.
We got a few tries then.
how many futures have you seen?
Millions.
You keep
he
saying
just
it like
said.
it's future. It's not necessarily future. It's just
Okay.
that I exist. You all exist in all these different planes many times simultaneously. I exist in all the planes and can retain the memory. That's the difference. So it's not necessarily that it's the future, because what happened on another plane is not the future of this plane. It's just what happened there.
Ah. Okay.
I wish we had brought Vodhava.
So what you guys want to do?
Oh God.
Okay, I think
I'd like to relax now.
yes, I think we need some time to think about this.
I think I need another
You know
drink.
everything now. If you get my key, bring it back to me, please. And good luck to you. It's
Thank
better if
you.
you don't die. That's my advice.
Generally, yes. Thank you.
That's what I've been working on, at least. You know.
Yes, if any one of the four of you dies, it gets a little worse.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's good.
Random subject jump. Clive and Juliet, did they stay on the Chaos Plane completely?
As far as I know, unfortunately, yes.
Okay, just wondering. Those were those halflings that went with your mother?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I never met them, so you know that was before I was born.
Maybe not completely before. But regardless, you're a dwarf now. It's all good.
Now I've always been a dwarf.
Hello,
Alright,
beholder
sometimes-
Is there anything else
spectators.
you guys
Ben
wanna
here.
do?
You've still
Or
got 5
say
days, which is February 1st, to submit any questions you
No,
have
I
for
don't think
our
so.
cast or crew
Alright.
I feel like
for our
there is, but I
50th
just don't know
episode
what it is.
Q&A session.
I do, but
you
Margaret
can go
doesn't.
to
So
at
you
Beholder's
guys
iPod
leave
on
and head
Twitter,
back out to
click
the
on the
street
pinned tweet
with this
submit
new
your question,
information in a
or
very
just go
clear
to
direction. All the episode there.
beholdersicast.com/Q&A. Now enjoy the show.
Thanks for listening to episode 46 of Beholder's Eye, clear as turtle soup. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know we had a blast with it, and it hopefully was enlightening. Maybe a little bit more confusing than not, but we had a great time with it. If you enjoy what we do, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or whatever podcast app you use. It really helps us out. If you leave us a 5-star review, we'll read it on the air. Here's one from Tort21175. Very cool characters. Love the character ideas and how the players stick to them, especially the halfling dwarf confusion. Thanks, Tort21175. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at Beholder's iPod and our website, beholdersicast.com. You can follow Ryan, who plays Hibonite, at Duff III, Ben, who plays Magnar, at Miro4D2, Kim, who plays Zalara, at Metzgirl, and Sam, who plays Margarine, at Samsalot007. Editing performed by Sam Canary. Music and effects editing by Benjamin Floyd. Thanks, and we'll see you next week. All music by INCOMPETECH, The Chamber, Water Prelude, The Path of the Goblin King, version 2, Village Consort, Teller of Tales, Healing, Curse of the Scarab, and Our Journey Begins, all by Kevin MacLeod. INCOMPETECH.com. License under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. License creativecommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/. All sound effects by ZachFlat.com. Please check the website for further details.